Hi, boys and girls. Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. Today, we're going to go ahead and read chapter 16 in our book, A Boy Called Bat. So go ahead and listen. Chapter 16, A Correspondence. The next day, when it was time for recess, Israel stopped at Bat's desk instead of going outside with the rest of the class and asked, "Hey, Bat, do you want to play Foursquare or something?" "No," said Bat. He was still sitting at his desk. "No? You don't want to play Foursquare?" "No, I don't want to play anything," Bat answered. All the other kids had left the classroom, and Bat really wanted Israel to leave too so that he could talk to Mr. Grayson in private. But Israel kept standing there like he was waiting for something. "Well, do you want to go outside and just not play anything?" "No," Bat said, "I don't." Israel stood next to the desk for a moment longer, sort of smiling, like he was waiting for Bat to say something more. But what could he be waiting for? What could he be waiting for Bat to say? In his head, Bat ran through the list of things that he could possibly be waiting for him to say. "Excuse me, I'm sorry, please, may I, thank you." "Thank you," Bat said. Okay, said Israel, and he shrugged and then finally left. After Israel was gone, Bat went up to Mr. Grayson's desk. Mr. Grayson had a stack of their current event assignments in front of him, and he was making comments on each one in a green felt-tipped pen. "Mr. Grayson," Bat said, "I need your help." Mr. Grayson put the cap on his pen and set it down. "I'm all ears," he said. That was a funny expression, and for a second, Bat pictured Mr. Grayson made entirely of ears, with ears for eyes and an ear for a nose and two tiny rows of little ears for teeth. "Well," said Bat, "let me tell you about Thor." And then Bat told Mr. Grayson everything about the little skunk kit, about how Mom had brought him home after his mother had died, and about how he drank puppy formula because there is no skunk formula, and about how he went to the bathroom and how he noticed and how he needed to eat every 2 hours, and how when Mom first brought him home he was almost as all pink, but now his black fur was starting to grow in, and most of all, how much Bat loved him. "He sounds pretty great," Mr. Grayson said. "Yes," said Bat, "he is more than pretty great. He is all the way great." "So how can I help you, Bat?" "There's a world skunk expert named Dr. Jerry Drago, and I want to ask him advice about something. It's important." "Okay," said Mr. Grayson. He pushed the stack of papers to one side and he pulled his laptop from his bag. He opened it and logged on. That was one of the great things about Mr. Grayson. If you said you needed help, he just helped without any questions. "There's only one Dr. Drago," said Mr. Grayson. "He's a professor at a university. We can write him an email if you want. That's his email address, right there." Could it really be this easy? Could Bat really just write a letter to a skunk expert? Bat liked to send emails. He sent emails every month to his grandmother who lived in Idaho because he didn't like talking on the phone. Emails gave you time to think. "Okay," said Bat. "Well, what do you want it to say? I can type it for you." Mr. Grayson clicked on his email icon and typed in the address. "That's all right," said Bat. "I actually like to type." Mr. Grayson let Bat sit in his chair, and Bat started typing. "Dear Dr. Jerry Drago." Mr. Grayson said, "You can just write Dear Dr. Drago. People don't usually use a person's first and last name when they start a letter. People don't usually have a name as cool as Mr. Dr. Jerry Drago," Bat said. Mr. Grayson laughed. "Can't argue with that." And Bat went on. "My mom brought home a baby skunk. She is a vet, and she had to help him be born. His mother unfortunately passed away, but she didn't have any diseases, and neither does he. And we named him Thor. I want to keep him as a pet because I know I can be a good pet caretaker. Even if I can't keep him forever, I want to at least keep him until he goes back home to the wild. Not give him to the skunk rescue people. Please write back and say Please write back and say I can, so I can tell my mom that A world skunk expert says yes. Then she will probably let me keep him. Is that okay? Bat asked. Mr. Grayson didn't answer right away, so Bat turned to look at him. Mr. Grayson's face was squinched up like he was trying not to laugh, or maybe like he was going to cry. Mr. Grayson? Bat asked. What's wrong? Nothing is wrong, Bat. That's a very nice email. I'll be interested to hear what he says. Me too, said Bat. At the end of the email, he typed, Sincerely, Bixby Alexander Tam. But people actually call me Bat. I hope you enjoyed chapter 16, and you join me and us tomorrow for chapter 17. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I miss you and love you so much. Bye.